But guess what? The Bible and the God of the Israelites is not the same as what we learned in them boarding schools. It's not the same as what we learned in Christianity. That was a false teaching to get our people to continue into sin. Because if we continue to sin against our God, they continue to stay in power. They can still kill us and throw them in those piles and those holes that you said.
It's sort of like putting rules on us that you talked about, right?
Who? God?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave us rules to follow. But listen to this. Lamentation 5 and 1. The book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our reproach is because what? These nations took us into slavery. If you look on these signs, they put us into captivity. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the so-called white man, that was our reproach, was us going into slavery. Read. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. You see that? Because this Bible was given to us. But when we think about the Bible, who do we learn it from? The so-called white man, right? In the church, in the boarding school. Read. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. Because guess what? The land of Native America, the land we called America was given to the Native Americans.
That's right.
You see that? That was an inheritance to the Native Americans by God. To do what? To get away from captivity and serve God and keep his commandments. Read. We are orphans and fatherless. Because what did they do to the Native? They killed a lot of the men off. The chiefs, the leaders. They killed a lot, like Geronimo, like Wounded Knee. Crazy Horse, that's what I meant to say. Crazy Horse, Geronimo. You see what I'm saying? That's what they did. They killed off a lot of the Native American leaders and left the children what? Orphans. Read. We are orphans and fatherless. And they left them fatherless, meaning the women were widows. The children didn't have their fathers because they was killed. Read. Our mothers are widows. We have drunken our water for money. Because there's a lot of lakes, right, and rivers in America, right?
Especially
But guess,
in Minnesota.
yeah, but how can we have to buy water from Walmart? Read that part again. We have drunken our water for money. Now the free inheritance of water that the Lord gave us, we have to pay for it. And who do we buy it from? The so-called white man. Read. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. The land of North America has a lot of forests, right? Trees that you can build teepees and houses from. But why do we have to buy it from the so-called white man? We got to go to Lumber Mart and buy our wood from them. We got to go to Menards, Home Depot. Read. Our necks are under persecution. Because the Native Americans are under persecution even to this day.
That's right.
Why?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Because they throw the Native Americans on reservations. And what happened when they find oil on those reservations, Sean? They move the Native Americans. They say, look, I know we put y'all here, but we need y'all to move right here so we can get that oil. Yeah. That's what happened in the North Dakota pipeline, right? In Standing Rock. And those people fought under persecution. Yeah. They had dogs sit on them. Read. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. Because guess what? The Native Americans built this land up. All the best parts of America, the Native Americans inhabited it. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? We don't benefit off of that labor that we had.
That's right.
Read. Verse 8. Servants have ruled over us. God called them servants. Because guess what, Sean? They were supposed to be your slaves.
Right.
Believe it or not. And guess what? If you repent, Sean, and keep God's commandments, They will be your slaves. Get that. Get that in Isaiah. Yep. 14. Because guess what, Sean? You may have never heard the Bible taught like this. You never heard that your slave masters are going to be your slaves if you repent and keep God's commandments.
That's right.
And come back to your true nationality. As Native Americans would be from the tribe of Gad. The Seminole Indians would be from the tribe of Reuben, which are your brothers, which are our brothers.
Right.
Read this.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
That's who you are, Sean. You from the 12 tribes of Israel, the sons of Jacob. Read.
And set them in their own land.
And he's going to give us our own land because he originally gave this land to you. But guess what? Due to sin and breaking God's commandments, the so-called white man took over. So he said, guess what? I'm going to choose you again, Sean. And I'm going to give you your own land again. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Because guess what? When the so-called white man came, what did the Native Americans call them? Strangers. They were not the Native Americans' brothers. They were strangers. Read.
And strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And just like how they try to, peace treaties with the Native Americans. Oh, we'll give you these guns and show you how to do this if y'all help us out. We'll give you these, we'll give you these blankets if you show us how to live off the land. But this time when they joined unto you, they're not going to be able to take over, Sean. They're going to be slaves. Read.
Slaves.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were.
You see that, Sean? The people who took us into captivity in the 1400s all the way up into the late 1800s, God said they're going to be your slaves.
That's right.
The people that put the Native Americans in captivity are going to be put into captivity.
That's
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.